Hey everyone, this is Maysha with As Long as You're Breathing. And no, we're not doing the music tonight because we really didn't plan this. It was just my buddy Scott said, well, actually, he called me and he said, hey, and I said, hey, I'm going live. You go. He said, send me the link. And here we are. Hey, Scott, thank you so much for coming on with me.
Always a pleasure and always unexpected.
Well, not many people call me. So, when somebody does, that's kind of how I answer the phone. Hey, will you go live with me?
Wow. That'll teach me, won't it?
That's not true. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I know one's Annette. I'm not sure who else is here, but thank you so very much. Thank you.
Ned,
Thank you.
Annette, it's very nice to meet you.
Yes. But thank you all so much for being here. We're actually going to do a 5-5-2-2 portal meditation. We're going to do two of them, actually. We're going to do a basic meditation activation, and then we're going to do one that is geared specifically for those who have health issues right now. And so we're going to do two. But first, we're going to talk about it. And actually, I had just sent out a mass message hey, same here, Scott. She says, same here. Actually, you two kind of crossed paths the other day at the end of a meditation session. So anyway, my birthday party online, y'all are going to meet. But we're actually going to talk a bit about portals and everything before we get started. But I was actually going to do this anyway. I had sent out like a message to everyone. I had not bothered you though, Scott, because I didn't want to get on Patty's, bad list for bothering Scott on a Friday evening because I love Patty and I want to stay in her good graces because she lets you and I play together like this. So I didn't want to make Patty mad. But when you called me, I was like, oh, hot diggity. So tell Patty, thank you for letting us play together on Friday evening. I appreciate it so much. But yes, Scott, it is 5-5-2-2, and that makes it a major portal day. And we talked about that earlier. You totally grasp why it is a portal day. I have stalked and watched him in your videos. Oh boy. I don't even know what to do with that. She's just totally Scott.
We'll just go with it.
We'll just go with it.
Let's go with it.
Between my mom not letting us start the show because she had to come in and exchange hey good lookings with you, and now Ned's stalking you. Maybe I should just let.
It's okay. It's okay. I've in all of my 65 years, this is the most attention I've ever received. So that's okay. I think I'm good.
Women thing you're doing these days.
It's the female energy that's coming through. Really, it's absolutely amazing.
That's what happens when you grow up and you figure out that hey, being a transcendent man is actually sexy.
Who knew? I would have done this when I was 30, 20.
When men figure out that women like transcendent men, when men figure that out, they will all become transcendent. But the thing is, not all women understand that. So not all women respond well to transcendent men.
No, they don't.
Yeah, so there's a learning curve there, but that's a whole other show. And boy, would I love to do that one. But anyway, let's get back to the portal. You understand about portals, so you want to talk a bit about them? You want to do that?
Portals, as you said, the chakras, and from what I understand and what I've read, and I might have the number wrong, it's 126 that are just within us. We talk about the major seven chakras, and those are portals. Those are portals to where? I'm just learning about the 12 chakras, and actually 13 that are within us and above, slightly above us, slightly below us. In learning about these, the ascension is amazing. Once you access those higher and lower chakras, your perception changes. You always said from the airport, that yes, and being able to see the same things but from a different perspective changes how you perceive it, changes how you react to it, changes how your perception of it. And when you see it from those angles, it's absolutely amazing how your life changes, how your interpersonal relationships change, how all of that changes.
Does
Truly changes.
it just hit me? It just hit me when you said that. Because we have the control tower, we can see how to get there a different way.
That's it.
We can see
Absolutely.
how to get there a different way. Don't you just love channeling? We can see how to get there a different way. I know.
Yeah, you really can. And um, for those who don't understand channeling, and it's not, you're bringing in people from past lives necessarily. You're not a medium. It isn't all of those things. What it is that little voice that you hear that's within you, but it's here. It's there, but it's here. And there and it goes, yes. If you take the head away from it and you listen from your heart center. When you listen from your heart center, you get messages that you have not been listening to for so long. That is the major chakra. That is a major portal for everything within the universe is right here. Why they say that love is the strongest um,
Energy.
energy of all is simply because that's where it is. That's where it stays within us. That's why we're built the way we are. That holds who we are, what we are, and our connection to the universe. And it's absolutely amazing how all of these things come through just when you do these meditations, as Maysha has provided. Brought me places I've never thought even existed. If someone had told me 2 years ago that I would be going there, I would have asked, "What kind of drugs are you on, or was I on?" And and but it's energy. It's real. It's all of this that she's talking about happens. And this is from a pragmatist. This is from a guy who grew up that I needed to feel it, touch it, see it, understand it before I could even accept it.
You're an
Now,
IT guy. You're an IT guy, for God's sakes. I mean, a project manager and all of those things. I mean, if you can't hold it in your hand, see it, all of those things, it's not real.
logistics, exactly.
And you're the one that named what I do and call it magic carpet rides.
And it's with all of this is I take it on. You say, "Oh, it's your imagination." When I try to describe this, no, it's living with intention and listening to what's within you and actually hearing it, accepting it. And we all have those voices in our heads, no matter who you are. You have those internal discussions going on. Well,
Yes.
who the heck are they? Where are those coming from? Where are those discussions coming from? Who are the voices? What are they? So when you kind of strip all that away and you start listening to who you really are, changes everything.
You saying that takes me back to the way I describe my figuring out that I was clairaudient and claircognizant and all that. Because I thought everyone had a different voice or voices, several voices for the thoughts and things going on in their head. And apparently they don't, because apparently not every, but the truth of the matter is everyone does. It is about being open to possible. And I was born open to possible, which is awake, aware. And I refused, in spite of all the programming, of kicking and screaming. Yeah, no, I won't give up open to possible. Now, did I at times give up open to possible to some things? Yes. This world is heavily programming. It programs us heavily. And so there were many things in life that I did allow myself to be programmed in, but not listening to all the different voices, all the different conversations. No. Did I take all of them seriously? Did I listen to what they were telling me? Did I trust them? No. But did I ever stop listening? Did I ever stop acknowledging they were there? No. And so I never shut them down, but most people do. Or most people have them within themselves, but they're not open to the notion that I'm clairaudient. They just think they're thinking. They think it's their mind, and their mind loves that because that's our ego. I'm a thinker. Well, we do get in our mind and ruminate, we ruminate when we stay in the same energy, and we just keep staying in the same, well, this is how it's got to be, and I've got to do it. Because when we get locked into the programming, that's ruminating. That is staying locked into the same patterns, when we keep going through the same patterns, or when we get in the denser energies, and it's like, well, I'm going to get even with someone, or I'm going to show them, or I'm going to best them, or all of those things, or
Or in the energy we're in now, retrograde, where we're
retrograde,
living in the past,
revisiting, right?
revisiting.
Right. So we don't acknowledge what's really going on. And what's really going on is we are all open to the senses, the clairaudience being one of them, of being able to hear the other dimensions that we can't see, which are part of our own energy and part of other energies around us, that are guiding us to live the life we came here to live, so that everyone else gets the life they came here to live. So we all live the beautiful heaven on earth that we're all supposed to be living. And
Beautiful.
that is being open to possible. And when we all open to possible, awaken to possible, we each time we awaken to another possible, we are increasing in consciousness or conscious awareness. And so where we get stuck is in the awareness of reality. And the loop is, but this is what my reality is. This is what's tangible. So this is reality. And therefore it is all it is. Well, this is only reality because that is what you are open to. When you allow yourself to be open to something else, then guess what that becomes? Reality. But until you accept that that is reality, it can't be so. Every dream you ever had, everything you ever aspired to do, every goal you ever set, it wasn't tangible. It wasn't so until you made it so. And it wasn't that you could make it so until you opened yourself to the possibility that it could be so. There is no difference. We only make the distinction when our mind tells us, oh no, we better not do that. When we get into some dense energy that for some reason we decide we'd better not do that. And it's going to be either some trauma we've had, some dense energy reason, or some societal programming reason. And those are the things that keep us from being open to all of the senses, the clairaudience, the clairsentience, the claircognizance, all of the clairs. We all have the openness to them, but we shut ourselves down. We shut our portals, our points of energy transference, our communication with all the other dimensions of ourself and around us down willingly.
Wow, nicely put. Very nicely put. And so now you're going to show us a way to open a particular portal.
Yeah, because everything is a portal, as you said. And the reason we use portal days, like 5522, is not because every day is a portal day. We are portals. Everything is a portal. Everything is energy. And so everything is a portal. Every time we open our mouths to speak, we just used a lot of portals, and so everything is a portal. But it is as you put it, the exponentiality of energy. It is the compounding of energy. It is using multiple things together. It is like the tides go in and out because the moon starts pulling on the water, so it is the compounded use of energy. And so portal days, it is the numerology, the universal law, the sacred geometry being compounded with the use of the portals or the energies within ourselves. So we're combining all sorts of energies to get compounded results or exponential results. And so portal days matter for that reason. So we need to know what the numbers are so we know what kind of exponentiality we can propagate today that we can actually cause today. Now, we can also do things like add in specific crystals. So like if you're really on a love mission today, rose quartz would be one that you would do. If you're into money, pyrite is when you would do. And the list goes on and on and on and on. Everybody who's got crystals, they have their favorite crystal and they know what their favorite crystal does. And you're a crystal person. You can probably rattle off a few off the top of your head.
I use mostly clear crystal.
Okay.
A lot of mine. So, what am I going to say? I'm losing it. I had some grounding. I had some jade. I had some amethyst. I had some
Amethyst. Yes, it's healing and love. Healing, love, all kinds of love. Yeah, mine is broken. Yeah, but so yeah, and I can never pronounce this one, but for connecting, yeah, it's the one you were trying to say too. I can never pronounce it. And Net's over there. She's like, why wasn't I on the show? I should have been on the show because I can tell them the names of every one of them. So she's laughing at us right now. So yeah. So if you're into crystals, you can use your crystals, whatever you want to add energetically into the mix. Reiki. We could use Reiki. We could even add Reiki into the mix, and that's one of your expertises. And so whatever energy you want to add in, selenite is what she put down.
I was going to say.
Yeah, there she goes.
And I can't read. Oh, there you go. Thank you, Annette.
See, she's laughing. So yeah. So fives. Fives are all about major life changes. And because it's two numbers together, that makes it, what is the word I'm looking for, Annette? A master number. Yeah, I got it before she could type it. Makes it a master number. So it's not just five. It's not just change. It's 5-5. So this particular portal is a portal for a major change. So that in itself, if you've got a major change you want to make, folks, today is your day. And that's laughing. So today is your day if you want to make a major change. Then it's not just 5-5, but it's 5-5-2-2. So we have two master numbers together. So the 2-2 is a powerful number. It's about fulfillment of one's greatest aspirations. So you want to make a major change to fulfill your greatest aspirations. A major change for a sense of strength and accomplishment. That's the 2-2. Okay. But 2-2 reduces, because as in numerology, you always reduce down to the single number. It reduces down to 4. And 4 is self-expression. So you want a major change and you want to express it. That's why we're going to do this meditation out loud. We want to use our throat chakra or our point of energy transference with our voice. We want to put the reverberations out there, that energy out. For fulfillment, self-fulfillment, that's the major change we want to make, in maturity and stability. So I don't know anyone, no matter how old they are, how great their life is, who can't look at some point in their life and say, I could probably use some maturity and stability there, or there, that they don't broadcast and let everyone see, because no matter how open and transparent we are, the truth is we've all got a mask on that's covering up something that we, don't want to broadcast to the world. No matter how enlightened and transcendent we are, we're always working on being a little more enlightened and a little more transcendent. And none of us, no matter how aware and conscious we are as conscious and aware as we can be. We all have more of that to do. And that is, so we all have these major changes to make. So there's none of us who don't need to use this portal, as far as I'm concerned. I know I need to use it.
We all do.
Yes, we all do. There was something else about it too, though, Scott. What else was there? There was something else I said about it. Oh, the retrograde.
The retrograde, yes.
Right. The fact that it's a retrograde. Because it's a retrograde, normally when we have a major change we want to make, we're thinking about something new. But because it's a retrograde, we don't want to be initiating something new. Now, if you were born in a retrograde, that's not the case. Usually, if you're born in a retrograde, that's a good time to, as my friend Sherry teaches, that is a great time to be doing new things. That's your time for doing new things. But you have to think about the fact the rest of the world isn't it's not a good time for the rest of the world to be doing good things. So you don't want to be initiating new things that involve the rest of the world. You're going against the grain then. And if you need other people to be along with you, they're not along with you. So if it's just about you, then that works. But if it's about other people, they're not going to be, here you are just bouncing off walls and everything's going great. And you're like, why isn't everyone playing with me? Because they're in retrograde and you're not, So what you want to do, these major changes you want to make that are powerful, self-expressive, fulfilling, that you're going to mature and have all the stability from, that is going to be your greatest of aspirations, and they're going to give you strength and accomplishment. They're going to be things that you're going to revisit in your life. They're going to be things that no matter how you tried to shake it, it just keeps coming back, because you know how we talk about healing and the spiraling upward effect of healing. No matter how often we heal, no matter how often we pull our energy from something, we transmute it, we raise the energy up, we do get triggered. We have that thing that comes back around. And each time it does that, that is our opportunity to heal deeper. We do it quicker, but we heal deeper. We transmute that energy. We bring it up to the vibration we are at now because our consciousness has risen more. And we pull that energy to us where we're at. So we claim more of our energy again. So this is a time to majorly do that. This is a time for whatever it is, that big thing that you're like, boy, does that not go away. Boy, does that keep coming back. Boy, this is a time to really do a revisit and really raise your vibration in something that most of the time we know it, that it's an increase in conscious awareness that we have been resisting. Yeah. And so let the resistance go. Figure out why you were resisting. You don't even have to figure it out, because here's the quantum leap to that. The longer you keep ruminating in it and resisting it, that's just the longer you're giving your energy to it. How much energy are you going to keep giving to it?
Nothing anymore.
Yeah, and you've got all this energy in flux right now that's going to help you. So use this energy, and let's raise that vibration up. Pull that energy to you, and let's quantum leap this thing on the 5522.
Let's do this.
Okay, so we're first going to do the general meditation, and it's not going to be anything fancy or any of that. It's really going to be about basic, what do you want to feel, be, and experience, because the basic is all you need, because that is the
foundation.
That is the foundation. That is the foundation for how we do all things, because that is what energy management is. That is how we know where we need to be putting our energy. That is how we know that we need to do this to begin with, when we live our life that way. So we don't have to have all these fancy, it doesn't have to be fancy smancy. It doesn't have to be, I could have created one, but we didn't need to, But then we are also going to, and you can incorporate your crystals and your Reiki or whatever else you want to in it. But then after we do that, we are going to do one for specifically for health as well. Does that sound good? All right. Do you have anything you want to add? Did I leave anything out? Did I?
No, and no. You covered it completely and thoroughly, and I'm really pleased about how you were measured. It was really well done. Thank you.
Well, you're welcome. And it's a lot of it's just something they're doing with me. Have you noticed though, they're channeling more succinctly to me? The channeling is becoming more succinct, and so I'm thankful to them for that. So I'm thankful to them for that. So it's it's all good. So okay, if we're ready now,
we are.
Just if you have a candle to light, that's great. I lit this one and it's gone out. I'm going to light it again. So and the reason we light a candle is it's not woo-woo, it's science. It's heat speeds up the vibration of molecules, which raises the frequency. And we want raised frequencies. And so that's the purpose of candles, is to simply help raise the vibration. So it's science, folks. So, all right. That and ambiance, and we just like saying like candles. Okay. All right. So, comfortable, close your eyes. Sit with your energy column straight or lay down with your energy column straight, whichever it is that you prefer. And just take nice, steady, easy breaths. And imagine yourself surrounded by bright white, healing light. Feel this light growing within your chest, in the heart space. This bright white healing light is unconditional love, the fabric of the tapestry of the universe. It's what you're created of. It's what all things are created of. It is the vibrational frequency of which we're always trying to return to. It is when we're in this frequency that we're at peace, we're whole, happy, healthy, and complete. When we're at this frequency, we're at oneness with ourself, the entirety of our beingness. And in our uniqueness, we are also at one with the entire universe, with all that is. And in our uniqueness, we are valued, because being in our unique vibrational frequency of unconditional love, we contribute to the stability of the whole. It is in our taking the time every day to drop into this heart space and feel, what is it that I want to feel? How do I want to feel? And embracing that. What is it I am to be? And embracing that. What is it I am to experience? And embracing that. And being the one and only you. Me being the one and only me. That we are fulfilling what we came here to do. And that is the only thing we came here to do. So just continue breathing in and out of your heart space, letting this bright, white, healing light of unconditional love fill every cell of your beingness, and keep expanding the heart. Breathe it in and exhale. And on the exhale, you'll feel the aura around you expanding, expanding. Bright, white, gold light of unconditional love. Your aura is expanding. Breathe it in. Your heart space is getting bigger and bigger, fuller and fuller of unconditional love. You exhale it. And the energy field around you of unconditional love is getting larger and larger, stronger and stronger, denser and denser. And you breathe it into the heart space. And the heart is getting bigger and bigger and fuller and fuller. And you exhale. And your aura around you is getting bigger and bigger, and denser and denser, and fuller and fuller. And take one more breath into the heart space. And exhale. And here we sit now. We ask Mother Earth to ground us. And then we pull clear, pure energy up through all of our chakras. Balancing, rotate, spinning, calibrating each one, including our divine feminine, divine masculine energy, connecting all the way up to source at the highest vibrational frequency of unconditional love. And we call all of ourselves back to ourselves across all time, space, universes, lifetimes, dimensions, and past incarnations. And we call all of ourselves down into ourselves to our heart space so that we may manifest as one, sovereign over this incarnation. And in our sovereignty, we now breathe into the third eye space and exhale out the third eye space. Breathe in it. Breathe out it. And you see a bright light in front of the third eye. It's getting brighter and brighter. If you don't see it, that's okay. Just imagine that it's there. It is so. With you're setting the intention. The setting of the intention is sufficient. It's getting brighter and brighter. Then you feel the energy from your heart space connecting with the third eye space. And all around you, you feel the 5522 energy as well. Today is a massive energy shift day. And you are sovereign over your energy. How you use it, how you shift it. We understand that today we can make a major change. What is it that you have revisited and revisited and revisited that you now wish to decide? This is how I want to feel about that. Listen to the heart, take what the heart says, and then see that clearly in the third eye space. Don't second guess it. Go with what the heart says and allow yourself to see it at the third eye. See it clearly, embrace it, believe it. There is nothing too good for you. There's nothing too wonderful for you. There's nothing too outlandish for you. If the heart says that it's yours and you should have it, and so it is, and so it is, and so it shall be. Because we never want for ourselves something that is bad. We always only want good for ourselves. So allow that energy for yourself now in your third eye. Feel it. Be in that feeling right now. Now again, revisiting that same experience that you are now deciding to shift, that you are choosing the shift of. You know how you want to feel in it. What do you want to be in that experience? Ask the heart, and then take what the heart gives you and go straight to the third eye with it and envision it. See yourself being that. You know how it feels. Now be that. There's nothing you can't be. If the heart has told you you can, you can. You're meant to, or the heart would not say it is so. If it's coming from the heart, not the mind, not society, not programming, not a trauma, but the heart, the light will get brighter and brighter. The heart space will feel fuller and fuller, and you will know it is truth, your vibrational frequency. You will know, and you will know you can be. Feel that beingness. And so it is, and so it is, and so it shall be. Now again, that same experience that you keep revisiting and revisiting, you're deciding how do you really want that experience to show up in your life. You're choosing not your traumas, not your dramas, not your past, not societal programming, not expectation of others, but your heart space. What do you want to experience? Let the heart tell you, and now let yourself experience it at the third eye, in the bright light of the third eye, in outer dimension, where it is powerfully real. You're feeling it, you're being it, you are experiencing it real time. You're experiencing it. It's happening. And so it is, and so it is, and so it shall be. Take a moment to enjoy all three: feeling, being, experiencing this shift, this powerful shift you have just made. Now, this shift that you have made for yourself, now take this energy and apply it to yourself in the world. Because the good we want for ourselves is not just for us, but we must also then take that energy and put it back out into the world. So see yourself in this shift out in the world. See the light getting brighter and brighter, because we are one. One in ourselves, one with the world. The light is getting brighter and brighter. More and more unconditional love shining in, vibrational frequency rising and rising. Feeling more and more of yourself coming to yourself, because your energy is coming back to you, because you have freely put it out, and the universe is sending it back to you, giving you that which you have put out and asked for. Breathe it in, pull it down now. The energy has come back to you. Pull it down and exhale it out through the root chakra, through the earth star chakra. Ground that experience with Mother Earth. And so it is, and so it is, and so it shall be. And collapse that third eye portal. You have chosen. You have shifted the energy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. To the universe, to the divine, to unconditional love, to all that is. All that has shown us the way. To all the dimensional energies around us that have helped. And so it is, and so it is, and so it shall be. Namaste. There's a lot of energy.
You have a tendency to produce that through these meditations, and for that I thank you.
You're welcome.
When I meditate myself, I can never quite capture that, and so it's always an experience with you. Thank you.
And thank you, Annette, for being with us too. I could feel your energy. And Annette is one of my main meditation partners, and I can always tell it's powerful. Thank you both. Thank you, Annette. I can always tell when her energy is with me. So thank you, Annette. All right. Scott, if you have a few more words while I get some hydration before I do another one, if you would, please.
For those of you, if you have gone through it, guided meditations are a little bit different than when you're meditating on your own. It takes you places you've never been. Maysha's been able to give me rides on the magic carpet ride, taking me places I've never even dreamed were there. Simply through her words, through the power of her words, but also through the energy that she brings down, and she gives that freely. And in introducing me to different realms, to different dimensions, to different, I don't want to say creatures as such, but
Light beings.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry.
It ex, it just expands your mind, expands your understanding, it expands your experience. And it's very hard, by the way, to stand in judgment of anyone else after you've experienced those energies. Truly, you judgment doesn't happen anymore because life is so different on so many different levels, and everyone is doing the very best they can with what they have right here, right now. So it's those experiences with Maysha that she has brought to me have been um blown my mind a few times, and also just opened me up to see the world differently. It does happen if you stick with it. Meditation, whether it's guided or otherwise, it's prolonged association with it to be able to go deeper and deeper within yourself. But it takes work. That's why not everybody does it. And that's okay. But you need to stay with it. You need to make meditation a ritual, not just a practice, but a ritual that you get yourself into in order to do it. And when that happens, you see changes, you see healing physically, mentally, spiritually, energetically. It's absolutely amazing the way it changes you. And when you feel better about everything within you, everyone around you notices those changes. And your life becomes that much better. So working on you changes your world, but it changes the world. So really think about what these guided meditations do, enjoy them, and remember the energy and where you were at that time, because you can go back to that.
Yes, that's the purpose of grounding. And thank you, Scott. Thank you. Um, and Annette said, "Well said, Scott. Beautiful." Um, yes, there's no room for judgment once you understand that we have all been at different levels of consciousness. We all are at different levels, and at any given moment, our awareness level shifts, and we suddenly see that where we are no longer there. And boy, we hope we're not judged for where we were at, and therefore, because we want for ourselves a certain grace, we have to give that grace. You know, the twin flame world is so big, of course, and I help so many people in the twin flame world, and the whole runner chaser thing and all of that, and the big thing of you have to turn loose. And so many people take turn loose mean you don't communicate with them, you don't do any of that. Well, do you not want to be communicated with? Is that what you want? If you don't communicate with them, they're not going to communicate with you, because that's the energy you're putting out. And so many things get misunderstood because we're told, but you're chasing them if you communicate with them. It's communication. The level of consciousness, there's a level of consciousness around communication that it is seen as chasing. But if that is the level of consciousness someone has around it, you can't change the level of consciousness around it. That is what they feel. That's what they believe. You're chasing them if you're communicating with. If you communicate first, you're chasing. And the only way I know to get past that is to say, and this is why I teach it so heavily, how do you want to be treated? Well, I don't want to always have to be the one. I want people to communicate with me. I don't want, okay, then what do you do then? If you want someone to communicate with you, what must you do? You have to put out the energy of communication. If the energy you put out is, I'm not ever going to be, I refuse to be the one who does the communicating. I refuse to. Being a chaser means that you're putting out the energy of, I'm desperate for that person to be with me. But
And you put out the communication as
I'm
accept.
desperate. Yeah.
Yeah, but if it's not desperate, if it's just
If it's just communication,
connection. If it's connection.
if it's connection, right? So, level of consciousness around what we're doing is what matters. But that is one of the big things out there now. Rachel and I've been emailing back and forth about it. That is one of the big things that's out there right now. That it's one of the big things that we need to be explaining to people and teaching about is we have to deal with level of consciousness. We have to accept people where they're at, but at the same time, we have to raise awareness too. And so, but there's no judgment. You can't judge someone for where they're at. There can't be any judgment with it. So, because a year ago, even everyone was seeing it as, and everyone was teaching, oh no, don't reach out. If you reach out, then you're putting out the energy. I mean, it was standard teaching. Don't reach out, or you're sending out the energy that will keep them from reaching out to you. You can't be the one that reaches out. It was like a standard teaching. Now, I wasn't teaching it because to me that's game playing.
It sounds terribly like the old-fashioned way of, if you're the girl, you can't call the guy.
Right, it does. But it was a standard. But it was the standard level of
That was the standard
in the
right?
community at the time, and so
Right.
there can't be any judgment about that, because what a standard level of consciousness is, it just is. As we were talking about the collective level of consciousness at any one given time in history, we can't judge history based on what the level of consciousness at that point in time was. We have to understand that it just was what it was, and we have to pull the energy from that and move forward. And we have to do that. We want that same grace for ourselves, and so we have to extend that grace. And that is the only way. That is the only way we can ever move forward individually. That's the only way we can ever move forward in any relationship. It's like the saying, refusing to forgive someone is like drinking poison every day from a cup and thinking that you're hurting the other person.
Exactly.
It's the same thing, and so it all comes down to understanding that whatever level of consciousness someone is at, you have to accept them at that level of consciousness. But the energy you must always put out is, how do you want to be treated? Not how are they treating you, and therefore I'm going to put out this level of consciousness energy back. You can't base the energy you're putting out on the level of consciousness of the other person.
No.
Or all you're getting is the energy loop based on their level of consciousness. If you want it to be at the level of consciousness you're at, the energy you put out has to be at the level of consciousness you're at.
You want to be at. Exactly. And basically what you're saying is, be who you are, be where you are, and accept it.
Right. And don't.
It's very, very simple, actually.
Yes.
It's very esoteric on one level, on the level you're talking about. But on the other level, it's just be who you are. When you're fully who you are, just be that.
Yeah, it comes down to some of the most basic teachings in all philosophies and religions. How do you want to be treated? Treat everyone else that way.
Yep.
And because how you want to be treated is at the level of consciousness you're at. When you're treating everyone at that level of consciousness, that's the type of people that you're going to be attracted to. They're going to resonate with you. So you're going to be comfortable in that energy. Then when your energy does start shifting, your level of consciousness changes. Be authentic to that. Put that energy out. That's the people you're going to attract to you. Be authentic to that. And you're always going to be in the right crowd for you. And that doesn't mean there's a wrong crowd. It just means it's the crowd you resonate with at that time. It doesn't mean the right, wrong. It just means it's where you're at that point in time.
And I think people that I've dealt with, clients, don't understand that as they change in a relationship that they're in, that not everybody's changing at the same level, at the same rate, at the same, or in the same space. And people come and go through your lives. And that's pretty much why.
That is why. And also We can choose through whether or not we communicate as we're changing or growing. We can choose to keep people in our lives or not. If we want to maintain relationships, choose to be a communicator. If you don't want to maintain relationships, choose not to communicate. And
My
that's how those become the ones you're no longer in vibrational alignment with. And they're the ones you end up moving away from, or they move away from you. That is because you change in levels of conscious awareness. You no longer resonate.
so true friendship, right? When you're
Yeah.
truly aligned, it doesn't matter the time that you have between conversations. It just gets picked up. I've had friends that I've not seen for 5 years, and we pick up the phone, and it's a continuation of the conversation we started previous. It's just that seamless, because time doesn't matter when you're on the right vibration with that person.
When you've stayed in the right vibration. So you've stayed in the right vibration, but didn't even have to communicate to do it. Whereas other people can be in the same home, and because they don't communicate, they get out of vibrational alignment with one another. And so
Exactly.
that is what it takes is for some people, they will always be in alignment with one another. And for other people, it takes communication to be in alignment. But that doesn't mean that you're not supposed to be in alignment with that person. Every relationship is different. It's dropping into your heart space, and you know in your heart space. You know in your heart space.
And when things are wrong, it can cause problems. When it causes problems, spiritually, energetically, it can cause them physically. Which brings us to
Yes, that is a great, and as a matter of fact, you beat me to it because mine was headed that way too. You're good. You're reading my mind now.
uh,
How's that
that
work?
would be scary.
Yes, when we are not energetically doing the things we need to do, when we are not living authentically, that does lead to our being first energetically not well. And when we're not energetically well, we start having physical, emotional, spiritual, and mental symptoms. Those translate into real conditions. And those real conditions do have to be dealt with because they manifest just like this pen is literally here for us in this reality. And so they have to literally be dealt with. Now we are in a retrograde. Doesn't matter that we're in a retrograde. Conditions take time to develop, and so it's not a new condition. Whether it just happened to you just now, it happened to you last week, or whatever. This is taking time to develop, and so we are going to use these energies to deal with that because these are powerful energies, and so we are going to use these energies, and we are also going to add a few more in. We're going to ask Archangel Raphael, who is a physician, to come in, and Raphael uses green light. So we're going to ask green light. The reason we use light is a frequency, which of course is energy, so that's why we use light in all of this. And so it's just energy. We're also going to use violet light, which is the violet flame. Flame is just the dramatic word for it, that the Ascended Master, Saint Germain, is over, and also Archangel Zadkiel is over. And then we're going to ask other dimensions. These are all just dimensions of energy that have been personified by us. Archangel energy. Another personification of energy is some cosmic energy, or Octurians. That's the personification we've given them, and they help with health conditions. And so we're going to call in the Octurians for help as well, because they're very advanced in helping with health conditions. So we're just going to ask them in just a very simple meditation to help all of those who have health conditions at this time to use their energies, their particular energies, and the energies of the 5522 to help with all health conditions for the best and highest good of the collective at this time. So a very simple meditation, but should be quite powerful because that's a powerful combination of energies that we're talking about. And while we're at it, since we're going to use the cosmics as well, we might as well bring in the Palladians and the blue Christ light too. Might as well.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So anything else?
I'm all good with that.
You're all good with, you're down with that.
I'm on board. Absolutely.
Okay. All right. You want to lead? Those eyes were like, no. That was a deer in a headlight. Sorry about that. Okay. All right. Here we go. As a matter of fact, we're going to start with surrounding ourselves with Christ light. All right. Needless to say, the Palladians jumped in and said, "Hey, hello." we went in on this. So here we go. Make yourself comfortable. Envision yourself surrounded by blue light. It is the Christ light, which is kept by the Palladian dimensional energies. Breathe it into your heart space. Let it fill every cell of your beingness. Breathe it out. As the wonderful and great and talented and brilliant Elizabeth Gibbs says, we are born on an inhale. Breathe in. And we die on an exhale. Breathe out. We are energy, but we are also in the physical. Breathe in. And breathe out. We are integrated beings, energy incarnated into physicality, so that energy can have a tactile experience and expand consciousness. Conscious energy, unconditional love. Breathe in, Christ light. Breathe out. Which is oneness. Breathe in. Feel the heart space getting bigger and bigger. Breathe out. Feel the aura getting bigger and bigger. Christ light is the light of oneness. We are one entire light being, and we are part of the one. Breathe it into the heart space. Christ light, unconditional love, our unique oneness. And one last time, exhale out into the oneness of all. At this time, we are aware of the vast energies in flux, the 5-5, the 2-2. And so we ask that all guardian angels, archangels, guides, whatever energies each person works with, come in now to be with them. As I call in all of my own guides in my own angel team. All beings of the light, ascended masters, all dimensional beings of the light who wish to assist. We feel the energy surrounding us. We feel the vibrational frequency going up, up, up. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And the light around you getting brighter and brighter and brighter as Christ's light is pouring in and pouring in and pouring in. And we are now being connected above and below, grounded to Mother Earth, connected to Source light above. Bring hands to prayer. Thank you all who are present. With all these powerful energies now present to add, we ask that Archangel Raphael step forward with the green light, the emerald light. And use with great precision on any lower vibrational energies that are affecting the health and well-being of any person in any way, for the best and highest good of all. Please and thank you, please and thank you, please and thank you. And that whatever transmutation takes place, that automatically whatever is removed be replaced with unconditional love. And so it is, and so it is, and so it shall be. And we ask Saint Germain and Archangel Zachiel to now flood our entire beingness with the violet flame, which transmutes all health issues, all negative energies, all non-resonant energies, all lower vibrational energies of any kind. And we ask now that they all be replaced with higher vibrational frequencies of unconditional love. Please do this for the highest and best good of all. Please and thank you, please and thank you, please and thank you. And so it is, and so it is, and so it shall be. Now we have bright golden Christ light flooding us from the Arcturians. Thank you, thank you, thank you. As remaining lower, denser energies are being removed for the highest and best good of all. To restore health and well-being mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, and energetically. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And Archangel Gabriel has stepped forward and wishes to use the cosmic diamond and is bringing it now down over all of the chakras, coming down over your head like a ring around the body. You feel it coming close to you, removing any remaining energies that do not belong from around you, taking them all the way down to Mother Earth to be transmuted for the highest and best good of all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is, and so it is, and so it shall be. Thank you, Mother Earth, for taking the energy and transmuting it back to unconditional love. And again, from the Palladians, breathe in the blue Christ light. Let it fill every part of your beingness. Acknowledge every cell of your body, which has now been cleansed and purified to the highest vibrational frequency possible for you to attain at this time, according to your best and highest good. You're now being bathed in Christ's light. And so it is, and so it is, and so it shall be. And we thank all light beings who have attended, all angels, guides, ascended masters, cosmic dimensional beings. And we're thankful for the knowledge to use the energy that's in flux from the portals at this time. And now bright white healing light all the way from source is being sent down like a shower, down through the stellar gateway, coming down through the solar star, through the causal chakra, through the crown, through the third eye, through the throat chakra, through the high heart chakra, through the heart chakra, through the solar plexus, through the navel, through the sacral, now through the root chakra, now through the earth star, creating a pool around your feet, and then down to Mother Earth's core. And radiating out around you with flecks of gold, now being added to your aura to reflect and deflect all lower vibrational energies that may try to approach. Denser energies will not be allowed back in. Breathe it all in. Exhale out. Extend your arms wide. Freely share with the entire world all you know and all you don't know. Come to prayer. And so it is, and so it is, and so it shall be. Namaste.
Namaste.
All right, everyone. Thank you all so much. I know we've gone kind of long. Thank you for your patience. I hope you all can make use of the energies, and of course the video will stay up always and be there to use. Scott, any last words?
Just it's always a pleasure spending time with you.
We're still on. We're still on. I knew she didn't know.
Now the world will see your mom. How,
Yes,
how
mom.
beautiful, very beautiful she is. How such a light, and understand that where you get it from.
Yes.
And that's a wonderful thing.
Yes.
But thank you for all of this. I appreciate it. Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, no, thank you for calling me.
That'll teach me.
That'll teach you. Oh, well.
Sorry I bothered.
And special blessings, of course. And yes. And thank you all for being with us. Thank you, Annette, for staying with us. Thank you for the energy. We appreciate it all so much. And you all know it doesn't have to be a portal day. Anytime, as long as you're breathing, we can all be living. As long as we do so from our heart space. We can breathe and live every day in great big comfort.
Bye.
I didn't need the button opportunity.